Thanks a lot. This song goes out to Ben, who's in Oz, and Aileen, who's here from Malcolm. It's called 'Cause cheap is how I feel. Before it hits the ground. And when a bum asks for a quarter, you give $1. If he's out tonight, he must be truly down. And I'm searching all the windows for a last minute present to prove to you what I said was real. For something small and frail and plastic, baby, 'cause cheap is how I feel. Half moon in the sky tonight, bright enough to come up with an answer. The question, why is it that every time I see you, well, my love, it grows a little stronger? But your memory leaves my stomach churning, feeling like a lie about to be revealed. But I'll hold all this to myself, 'cause cheap is how I feel. To me, it's the lights. I hate the shadows that they cast, and the sound of clinking bottles is the one sure thing I'll always drag with me from my past. I think I'll find a pair of eyes tonight to fall into, and maybe strike a deal. Your body for my soul, that's what, 'cause cheap is how I feel. Well, next year we celebrate our 20th anniversary as a band. Whenever I say that, I like to sort of think that I was 13 when the band started. That's not true. Anyway, we'll forget about that part. About 18 years ago, we put out our first album. It's called White's Off Earth Now. And the four of us got into a blue van that we rented and decided we were going to go on tour. We didn't have any dates lined up, but we figured there was a lot of cities out there and there must be some place we could play. So we drove around looking for gigs, and some nights we found them and other nights we didn't. We slept on a lot of people's floors and begged for food, and and had a real good time seeing the United States of America. Most of our time was spent sightseeing, but we did get to play. And one of the things we discovered while we were traveling around in the South was country music. We listened to the radio, and it was all over the radio, and it really affected us. So we went to Nashville and went to the Country Music Hall of Fame, Grand Ole Opry, and all those places. And we wrote this next song about touring, and we put it on our album when we came home. The album was called Trinity Session. And nothing after putting the Trinity Session out was ever the same, except for touring. We're not in a blue van, we're just in a blue bus. It's pretty much the same. This is called 200 More Miles. Atlanta's a distant memory. Montgomery, a recent bird. And Tulsa birds on the desert floor like a signal fire. And I've got Willie on the radio, a dozen things on my mind. And number one is fleshing out these dreams of mine. And I've got 200 more miles of rain, asphalt and lights before I sleep. There'll be no warm sheets, so welcoming arms to fall into tonight. In Nashville, there's a lighter in a case for all to see. It speaks of dreams and heartaches left unsung. And in the corner stands a guitar and lonesome words scrawled in a drunken hand. I'm traveling paths, traveled hard before, and I'm beginning to understand. I've got 200 more miles of rain, asphalt and lights before I sleep. There'll be no warm sheets or welcoming arms to fall into tonight. You say that I am crazy, my life wasting on this road. That time will find my dreams scattered, dead and cold. But ahead there is a light drawing me to reach an end. And when I reach there, I'll turn turn back.